What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be taking a look at a Kevin Samuels video. He's talking to a young lady saying, you know, she's able to get or attract high value men, but ultimately she's not getting the men that she's attracted to. Of course, I have Naya in the building. She's going to be critiquing this video with me, and we're going to break it down and see exactly what Kevin is talking about. All right, so here we go. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Help a brother out. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you hit that subscribe and notification bell or button or whatever it is. All right, so let's get right into it.
Hello.
Hey, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
What do you got for me?
So my issue is, first of all, I'm new to Atlanta, but my issue is not finding high value men. It is finding ones, the same as the last young lady,
Really?
finding the ones that I'm attracted to, I think.
How old are you?
So I was just going to ask how important that is, but I think you've already answered it while I was waiting.
How old are you?
I'm 41.
Why are y'all ladies still so attractive?
Well,
Attractive.
Okay, so let me stop the video there. So she's 41.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently she's getting high value men, but ultimately she's not getting the man that I guess she's attracted to. At 41, being realistic, like, do you think she's being reasonable, or do you think she's just being too picky?
That's tough. I feel like, you know, you have it in the back of your mind where you're just like, I don't want to settle, especially if you have a certain image in your mind of like what you expect like your partner to look like or whatever status, maybe, you know, whatnot. But
at 41 though, I mean, that's like, okay, at 41, your expectations at 25, for example, do you think that they should be the same at 41? Like, do you think you should be able to get the same thing?
I think they change. Your priorities change at that point. I think, like, you know, when you're younger, there's maybe more that you're expecting. But then by the time you get older, you're like, I just want someone that's nice and that, like, we can be good friends and kind of, like, you know, just have a life together. So depending, I don't know if she wants kids. I don't know whatever else that she's looking for. Yeah, we haven't gotten into it too much of like what she's like looking for, why she's being so picky. So
well, we'll get into it, but I mean, just based on what she's saying, she's getting 6-figure guys according to Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, so I'm like, what's the problem?
I mean, what's the odds? like many women don't even land the 6-figure guy, and it seems like she's just getting them by the dozen, and ultimately she's just saying no. Like, how realistic is that at 41?
I think she's maybe being a little too picky, possibly. Obviously she has to go through the reasonings of why she said no to those guys. If she's getting them, you know, she's attracting them, that's great. But like, what's the... I don't know. There's more to the story. There's more to the story.
We'll get into it. We'll press play on the video. Yeah. Maybe there's more to the story, right? Yeah. Maybe she has something that she has to offer, right? Because it's a two-way street, right? So let's see. Let's take a look.
Why? Let me ask you. Why is attraction so highly ranked with you?
For me, I can only speak for myself.
That's
for
all
me,
I'm asking you for.
Yeah, it's. I want to be able to make him feel the way that I know that a man wants to be made to feel. If I'm not attracted to him authentically, it's not going to come out. It's going to feel forced.
Okay, but you also mentioned high value men.
Right.
What percentage of men do you think are high value?
Well, from watching you, I've learned that it's 1%. I haven't validated that for myself.
I mean,
take
about
your word.
10% of men are high value. 10%, but unless you're talking about a man making $500,000 or more, is that what you're talking about?
So the only reason why it would need to be high value for me, and maybe need is a strong word, but I make a couple hundred G's already, and I'm not. It feels like a downgrade for me to date someone or connect.
So here we go with the downgrade. See, the more like, what are your thoughts on that? Let's say that. What are your thoughts? Tell me.
So many good people that aren't making 90K, you know what I mean, or like 70, 80K. There's plenty of amazing people
Right.
and available people, and you know, maybe in her age group, whatever, or whatever she's looking for.
Right.
Yeah, she's being too picky. I think so. I had a feeling she was probably making that much, where like she wants a balance. She's 40, so I'm sure she's had time to like build up herself and whatever in her career. But yeah,
I mean, for me, like, we're already, what, 1minute and 41 seconds into it.
Yeah.
It seems like
Yeah.
she's just looking for a man to match the money that she makes, equal or
Yeah.
greater value.
Yeah.
She's not looking at his character, his personality. Is he a good person? Is he a bad person?
Mhm.
She's just saying, I make a couple G's, so I want somebody to ultimately match that, which doesn't seem like she's getting into a relationship for the right reasons.
That's the thing. Yeah.
So anyways, let's continue.
Yeah.
With somebody. Yeah. So I've already done all that. So I would prefer a man that already has children, because I have children. So I want us to be equally yoked. That's really all I'm looking for.
So equally yoked means, what's that background noise? So equally yoked. See, here's the problem. At 40, what? 41?
Yeah.
Do you care if he's black?
Preferably.
Is it a must? I mean, have you seriously dated non-black men?
No.
And
I've tried. I've attempted. I've
Yeah,
attempted.
but that's why I said seriously. So the numbers are not on your side. Do you have the TV on or another phone or something? Don't get background noise.
I don't know what. There's nothing. There's no noise.
People are even saying that you're getting background noise. You have another window open?
Mm-mm.
Well, the problem is your age is a factor. Your income is a massive factor. And it comes down to the men who fit into the category who are. Is your TV on?
No, there's literally no noise.
Yeah, everybody's saying there's definitely background noise. Okay. I don't know how to mute it. All right. Let me see. Let me do this. Request to come back in. Problem is the amount of black men that earn the amount of money you're talking about is less than 3%.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have 3% of men, and that's 3% whether they're married or unmarried, homosexual, not homosexual, whatever. 3%. Then you got to be attracted to them, but they got to be attracted to you.
So for me, I mean, it seems like it's just a classic case of, I want it all. I want to be attracted to him. I want this, I want that. I want him to make 6 figures. And realistically, you can't have it all. You can't have everything on the list. I mean, ultimately, there are going to be compromises. There are going to be things that you can't have.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like, is a person treating you well? Is he making you happy? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Like, I think, she's being way too picky. Like, especially if there's a lot of women, like black women specifically, that focus only on dating black men.
Right.
And of course it's great if that comes across, you know what I mean? But like, it's really important, I think, to open up a little bit more and just to experience other cultures and like talk to other people and stuff. I think she keeps going this way, it's gonna just be her and her children. Like, I don't know, I'm concerned about it.
Because what I find is, like, women like her, they stay in the game for too long, meaning they stay single for too long, thinking that, they're beautiful, their beauty's going to last forever, and ultimately their window's closing, and then they stay in the game for too long, and then ultimately they just end up with nothing at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There's the stories of just like, oh, there's a great, nice guy. You've known him for years, but you've never given him a chance, kind of thing.
Right.
She could possibly have those situations too. I know a lot of people do,
right.
Where you just like kind of, overlook the nice guys where they're actually great fits for you, but maybe there's like 1 or 2 things that are like more compromised maybe.
Right.
I think for her, she has way too high expectations. Like, if she wants a partner, and like, she has to like give and take, right? Like, it's not going to just be 100% everything on my list. It has to be this, whatever. Because that list goes out the window when you find someone that actually connects with you. So
Yeah, like
I don't
to
know, for the
me,
most part,
to me, it doesn't seem like she's looking for a genuine connection. She's just looking for
she's talking a
someone.
lot about money, honestly.
Right.
Like
It's
she's,
just,
yeah.
well, that's something called hypergamy, right? Like women have this thing where they want equal or greater value, especially with money.
Yeah.
And if she's just getting a bunch of high value 3% black men, like you should be fortunate to get those types of men, and for you to just disregard them and be like, oh, I'm not attracted to them, or I don't like this, or I don't like that. I mean,
Then,
that's
maybe high five figures. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then maybe you can help him.
That's not gonna happen.
And then maybe you guys can help each other and, develop something.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't know, man. But
you think she says she makes a couple G's a year?
100 G's, yeah.
Hundreds of couple, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, you think she's gonna take a 80, 70,000? Nah. She's gonna make him like what, a project?
What if it's like
what
if he's like a nurse or something? Or what if he's like an architect? Oh no, architects get paid a lot. You know what I mean? Like he's a chef. I don't know. There's just a bunch of different things that like
I'm sure there's guys right now that would worship the ground she walks on.
Oh,
like I'm sure there's guys 50,000 K, 70,000 K that
are consistent with their money. They're not like broke or anything. You know what I mean?
Right. But more importantly, they're just good people.
Yeah.
Like they'll treat her good. They would, I think she has kids. They'll take care of her kids. They would give her flowers, things that like they would treat her really, really well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's men like that are lined up to actually want to be with her.
For sure. She's probably just focused on like, oh, okay, good guy, but are you making six figures? Are you like, do you have whatever your own business?
Right. So she's just disregarding the good men for the money, right?
Yeah.
Equal greater value in regards to money.
Oh,
and like I said before, she's gonna stay in the game for too long, right? She's 41 right now. I mean, you don't got much time, right? You're gonna hit 40, 44, 45, and then before you know it, you're 50.
I think like.
Let's play. Let's continue. Let's continue.
She's just confusing me, but okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's see what else she has to say. Maybe she has
more. I want her to talk about personality. I'm just hoping because she's really only talked about money at this point, or whatever high value means to her.
Right.
But like, yeah. So. We'll see.
All right, let's continue.
And they have all the control, right? Men control access to relationships. So why do you need a man who's making what you're making? Let's start there.
Need. I don't need.
Attraction is easier to deal with than income.
I agree. I've met some men that I'm attracted to that didn't make the same amount of money.
Yeah, but would you take them seriously? Nope.
I think so. I think I'm very big on chemistry and the connection. If the connection is there, then I become less picky.
You know what the median income for black men is in this country?
I've heard you say somewhere in the neighborhood of 50,000.
42. Yep. So that would mean if you met a $45,000 a year man and you make 200.
Yeah, there's no way I couldn't go that low. The lowest I could go is probably 150.
Well, then you're still talking about 8% of black men. So effectively, because I got to be real, I got to be 100% honest. You may be a perfectly lovely woman, but a black man, single, earning $150,000 or more, you're gonna go out and go get a younger woman so he can have children and have his own thing. It's not going. And even if he doesn't want,
well, he's done having kids. I did for me.
Like if I was making whatever 250,000 a year, I ain't grabbing no 41-year-old chick. I'm not doing it. Period. And she has kids? Oh hell no. I'm grabbing a 24, 25-year-old chick, building a family, and sailing into the sunset. I'm not dealing with no baby mama daddy drama.
I wonder.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
I wonder if she's also looking at maybe the older men because she's I'm okay with a guy who has kids. So maybe if he's divorced, you know what I mean? He's just looking for something more stable now. Like a lot of guys, some guys do think like you, and then there's other ones that are just I just want one woman that we can bring our families together and be good life partners for each other. So maybe
But she's getting, like, according to her, she's getting.
That's why I'm confused. I'm like, why didn't it work? Like, that's what I'm, you know what I mean? Like, what was it that didn't work? No, but she, like, the guys before, though, were making the money. Right?
But she wasn't attracted to them, right? Like, she said she was getting 6-figure guys, right? High value men, but then she wasn't attracted to them. So, like, what is it? Is it attraction? Is it money? Like, again, it's
oh my God.
It's this thing where she just wants it all. She just, like, she has a checklist of 20 things, and she just wants everything on that checklist. And if one or two things are off, then she's like, I'm not doing this, which is a definition of hypergamy, like equal or greater value. But
that's kind of, so that mindset is what got her to this point at 41 and still, like, looking for her, like, husband or whatever. So she really needs to, like, change up that list and, like, get it together. Like, come on, like, you gotta give somewhere. So especially if you are, like, if you are around people that do make a lot of money, just like herself, then she just, she just needs to stop being so picky, honestly. I don't know what else to say other than she really needs to stop being so picky, because she's older. She has kids now. She doesn't care to, like, having more kids, I'm assuming. Right. So if he's a nice guy, he's making some money, and, like, I don't know what else to say.
So you think she's being unrealistic for sure?
Of course she's being unrealistic. Yeah, like.
All right, let's continue.
Jesus me.
Let's continue.
I did for me, my idea.
Or see, but here's the thing: you gotta understand, men like to be in control. And let's say you met a 50-year-old black man making 100. There's nothing new to do with you. You already own a home, right?
What you mean?
You own a home.
No, what?
Listen, you own a home, right?
Yes.
Okay, so buying a home is nothing new to you. You've already done that. Mm-hmm. You've already bought your own new car. Nothing new.
Right.
You're gonna go to Ruth Chris or Foco de Chao. This nothing new. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go to Paris. Nothing new. There's no new magic with an older woman, because you've lived life and experienced it. I bought you some red bottoms. Oh, was that from last year's collection? Nothing new.
No, I mean, the nothing new part, sure. I think as we age, then things become less new. But I do feel like I know how to make a man feel. So that is a benefit.
Yeah, you make him know how to, but that assumes after he picks you.
Well, I mean, over the course of him figuring out whether he likes me.
Right. So what I'm saying is, men like to be in a power position with their woman. And if a man is dating you, let's say he's 46, he's dating you. Mm-hmm. He's also dating a 27-year-old, a 31-year-old. And you're competing against all these women.
I generally don't have an issue with that. I don't generally. I'm just asking about whether or not this topic is dating down. So I wanted to specifically ask you about whether or not the attraction thing is something that is unrealistic. If that shouldn't even be on my radar. Yes. That was really the question.
Yes, because it sounds like money is a deal breaker, and I'm sorry, but attractive men who make what you make are going to go for younger, hotter women. Because everything I just said is a factor with men. I think women got to realize the older you get.
All right, guys, we're going to end the video here. It's just, pretty much the same thing. Mm-hmm. Well, what are your final thoughts on the video?
Man, this woman, like, she's just, like, she's irking me, but she just, I just don't agree with her mindset. I agree with Kevin when he was saying that, like, apparently money is the biggest factor for her, and if that's the case, then yeah, your expectations are way too high, and you need to lower them, and just overall, I think she's just being, like, she's stuck in her ways, I think, at this point, because a lot of people who are older, they're very much like, they're stuck to routine, and they're like, no, I'm going to make this work, or they're going to just try to, like, just be stubborn, and that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting a little bit. So yeah, I don't agree with her mindset.
Yeah, pretty much the same. I mean, I'm sure when she was younger, she was getting a lot of attention, and maybe she's holding on to that attention that she had when she was younger, and fast forward her being 41, maybe she's still feeling as if she can just have it all, and maybe men are just going to conform to, you know, what she wants to do.
Yeah.
But what she doesn't realize is, as you get older as a woman, your beauty, your value starts to go down a little bit. And if she is attracting high value men, making six figures, attractive, this, that, and the works, they're not going to look or run towards her in regards.
Well, she's not ugly. Like, we're not going to put that
Well,
on
she's not
like,
ugly, but at the same
I think
time,
the age is the biggest factor.
right? The age is the biggest factor,
Yeah.
right? You're 41 with kids, and I'm a six-figure guy. Even if I'm 50, like, women are going to be beating down my door.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you're competing with 25-year-old women. Like, you can't compete with that, right? You
especially because that's what most women want, a guy that's like financially stable.
Right.
And like, I don't even know about six figures, but like a lot of women do look for that, right? But
right, if you're a six-figure guy, you're always gonna have options, right? It doesn't matter what age. If the girl's 20 or 45, you're always gonna have options. And what she doesn't realize is she's competing with these younger women. She's just thinking, you know what I mean? Like, she can just grab a guy off the tree.
Did you catch that though? Her face when she was just like, "I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it, sweetheart. You should be worried." Like, it's not like, not even. I think she's not taking into account how important the age factor is,
right?
And where she's just like, oh, 41 is just a number. That's kind of what she's trying to say. She's like, I have this much money. I know what I'm looking for. Like, whatever. That's all peachy. You know, that's all nice. But at the end of it, like, there's concrete things that the guy, I think she's just not understanding what those men are looking for. Because maybe, who knows what happened in their connection, if it was her that fell off or them that fell off. Yeah. She's not really going to be honest about it. So, like, what if it was the case of just like, you know, she's just like, yeah, no, I don't want a woman that's like 41 and whatever. So I'm out, you know? Right. So she just needs to reevaluate some things. And that's where my opinion is going to end. So,
anyways, guys, we're going to end the video here. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.